Go on there.
Good morning. I think I'm going to sign up for, let's see, here's our list. This is where we sign up to take a boat. Should be a pencil pen right here, and I'm going to use an IOD this morning. I'm going to sign up for number 8. So I'm signing up. I'm going to be sailing with the B Sailors IOD, and I'm taking boat number 8. So I come over here, this is where the IODs are kept, and this one is 9, this one is 8.
And how do you know that?
I'm reading the number here at the top, and so the first one, this would correspond to this boat, number would correspond to this boat.
So I'll do you a favor and get your centerboard and tiller for the IODs for us are kept over here. Way in the back. This is a movable cart. So we're going to take 8 centerboard.
Can you carry them both?
8. We're using 7 today because 8 I know is in for repair.
I don't need a crate.
Yep.
You'll also need a cradle, which is here in the front, under the front desk.
And there's one more thing you need.
We
Baler?
already have
A baler.
baler.
Oh, you did?
I didn't put it in
Okay.
this boat, but I did look.
Oh, it's got
And
one.
so this boat already had a baler attached to the
Danger.
pager. If this wasn't already in the boat, you would have to get your
Both.
a baler and your pager and put it in your boat.
Okay.
Okay.
And a good
Trailer.
angle to the boat.
Yeah.
The dolly.
It is a dolly. What was it called, a dolly?
You want me to just take it out?
Right.
Yep.
Just roll it out. And roll out.
It will roll out, or you can lift.
Perfect.
You just need this one. You gotta come the other direction first. Oh,
And the
yeah.
painter.
Is there a baler in here? No.
No,
So
we got all
another-
that out there.
But we will need the script.
Oh, there's your painter.
Use this for
Air from here, and then
Painter.
as far as the baler goes, you don't want it really secure because if you are towed, you have to release the baler from the painter in order to be towed.
Oh.
Okay,
All right, Lucy?
yeah, it does work well to tie the baler to the painter.
Down the ramp, ladies?
Yeah, same place.
But
Yeah,
loosely.
yeah. Loosely.
You get it?
You want help?
I think I got it, but I'll do this turn around from here.
Oh, girl.
And you already had your...
How tiny I am, and I
Yeah.
can do it.
I have to turn the boat so that the sail will be in the wind.
So the wind is coming from...
Pretty much.
Look out in the ocean. Look at all the boats, what direction they're in. That's how you know.
The wind is coming from...
Yep. Southeast. Yep. There you go. Perfect.
What I like to look at first is the mast. Take them down the ramp, and then we finish rigging on the beach.
On the beach. Not in the water.
But I'm
On
just
the
putting
beach.
this one right in the middle here.
Okay.
So that we
Perfect.
Now what
Okay.
I'm going to do is I'm going to have you take some of this out of here for now. This is normally set on the sandy beach. with the boat on top so the bottom of the boat doesn't get damaged by the shell.
I'm going to take out the center board, and we want to try and take care of all the edges of the center board. So if you are going to put the center board down, you might want to put it on your foot. If you're going to just top the rest, don't jam it down on the pavement.
Or upside down. Are you going to store it upside down?
Could store it upside down. Let's store it right here. And that way I'm taking care of all the edges.
Okay, Tammy, Flurry, and I are going to rig the boat.
Okay.
And what we're going to do, I'm going to do most of the talking, and then Tammy's going to ask me questions if I miss them. What I always do, so that I don't get it all the way up the sail and then it's got issues. So this should be double tie, 3 millimeter. And this is single tie, the diagonal single. And what the diagonal does, if you have it too tight, then it can't, the sail doesn't come to the top of the mast. So this one is perfect. And then I always look to make sure maybe the first 3 sail ties are okay, because then again I don't have to take the sail down. But what I'm going to do before I put the sail up is I'm going to check the main sheet so that I have it ready, because a lot of times we'll clip them up here where, of course, the mast would go. So this one's pretty fancy. It's got a nice little shackle. Put this there. Okay, now I can put it up. And that, instead of just being a shackle, it's a snap. Like a snap clip, because it opens and closes.
Bring it up.
Sometimes the rope from the painter gets stuck in the... Thank you, Lucy. This gets clipped. Now this doesn't do automatic, so I have to pull the ring, and so that the little pin goes into that. I'm going to tie the sail down just a bit so it doesn't fly all over the place. Now I noticed that this is, the main sheet is not run through the block. A lot of times with these boats, because they're used by adults and kids, you need to check the rigging. Now someone threw this in here, which is a painter really for a Clearwater pram. So we don't even use this.
I'll edit that out, Lucy. How do you know the difference as far as what paint or?
This is a correct kind.
So it was in there already.
Okay.
Yeah, someone just threw that in there.
Okay.
We do competitive sailing, the youth and the windlasses in IODs.
Okay.
And so there are U.S. sailing regulations on length of painters.
Oh, so what is the length?
I believe it's 25 feet. Now this is an interesting, go ahead. If I pull through this way, you don't hear a noise.
The other way you do.
There's usually, and this doesn't have one, a lot of times there's a lever you can push and then it'll go the other way. I can turn it and see if that helps, but this one may not have that. No, it doesn't. So it's not
No clicking.
It's not going to click, which is fine.
Normally you hear the clicking.
Yeah. Now again, this is a nice comb. You want a comb. If you twist this around and hook it wrong, it'll be twisted. So you always make sure that that is like that,
Okay.
like a comb. Then what you do for just right now, you got to remember that you've done it. You can hook this because it's a little windier today. So it kind
Nice.
of just stays out of the way while you do the front.
Yeah, nice.
Are you ladies going out now?
Yeah, we're filming.
Oh, you're filming. Oh, okay.
What we do on
We do.
Thursday morning.
Every Thursday we race.
Now, this is a sprit pole. And if you notice,
Oops.
on the end there's a knob. That's for the top.
Okay.
And the point of the sail goes in that. And you always do it on the starboard side. So this comes up. This is a sprit halyard. It's a little windy today. And this is not easy, and that goes over like that.
Okay.
This is a special line that is woven in, and you can purchase this.
Okay.
And you really need to do that because you can't do it yourself. Unless you have a, I don't know, it's like a needle. It's a special needle. I think they're called splices.
So it is, yeah, it's not so easy. It's just
All right.
Oops, excuse me.
As I said, you gotta remember you tied it down. And I always check the top because you can't check this if you have it laying down. So I have it up and there's a gap. See the gap? The mast sail is supposed to be a credit card distance from the mast.
Wow.
Can you see that?
Uh-huh.
Too far.
Yeah. I can get a couple credit cards in that upper.
All of them are loose. Now,
credit card machine.
here in the mast. Now look at this one. This is good to video the errors that are wrong. See how tight?
Yeah.
But I look over here, something's wrong. Right?
Uh-huh.
You see the angle?
Yes.
Pull this forward. The sail tie was stuck under it.
Oh, okay.
Now the
So now
sail
you gotta-
tie is okay.
Okay.
This is Vectran line. It's black and gold. It's the most expensive line to use. It's got a little metal in it so it holds the tie better.
Okay.
And now I'm all the way out at the beach. And look at this.
Got a bad tie.
Yeah, it's a bad tie. Number one, it's a 3 millimeter instead of a 2.2 or a 1.
Now, will that affect your sailing, or is that because it's regulation,
Well,
or both?
it could affect your sailing because number one, it's not even long enough.
Okay.
Square knot.
Okay.
Right. So I suspect, because I cut some of these lines, that this is a line for a Clearwater pram. Because they only go around once.
Okay.
And
Okay.
someone just grabbed the thing, even though it said pram.
Didn't know any better.
Ties. they didn't
Okay.
know better. So now I'm going to have to run back. And
You're
then
going
I'll
to show
have
us where the
one on.
proper supplies are, correct?
We better do that now.
Okay, yes. Let's go get it.
Okay.
Wow.
So there's
Interesting.
a lot of, you know,
A lot of
things-
detail.
Yeah, a lot of detail.
So we're going to grab a couple. How long should it take to rig that boat?
I spend probably 20 minutes on my boat. And some of the girls come late and they just, you know.
Slam them together.
And those are the girls that capsize?
Yeah. Well, it's your safety.
It
You
is,
know, if you
yes.
don't spend the time.
Uh-huh.
See, can't mark it better
Oh,
than that.
okay.
Cram ties. This is
Uh-huh.
all the IOD section.
Oh, okay.
There's a chart
Oh, wow. That's
Yes.
so organized.
of the different measurements of the. Wow.
Okay, and so all of the ties, for the IOD are on the right here?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know that. Oh,
That's what they said to me earlier.
when was that? Was that always there?
No.
I was gonna
Put that up
say
a week ago.
Okay, I was like, how did I miss that?
That's funny. Because they are
That-
not really interchangeable.
Right.
Now this is the thinnest tie you can use. That's
Okay.
a 1.2.
Okay.
It's pretty thin.
So even though it's not the same color, it's
No,
the
color
width.
doesn't matter.
It's the width.
Yeah, it's the width
Okay.
of the line that's the
Gotcha.
question.
Interesting.
And this one is a 2.2, which is a fair share distance. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
This is a corner tie.
Yeah.
There's quite a difference.
Yeah.
Right now I don't have any bang ties here, but I do. That's 4 millimeters. So. Now,
How long have you been in charge of this?
this is my 3rd year. Now I'm going to not be real optimistic. I'm taking some with me.
I think you're gonna need them.
Right. And I don't think
From what I
everybody should do that because then they
Right.
take them home. So,
And we were told to keep one in our in our vest,
Yes.
just in case of emergency.
you can do that. Unless the supply is getting thin.
Right. Then we just write it on the clipboard.
Yeah, that would be nice. Usually
Clipboard.
the maintenance people monitor
Yeah.
the line pretty well. I
Uh-huh.
buy a lot of line in the fall,
Okay.
and it really pretty much lasts.
Okay.
But it's important to do it right away because you're going to forget about it.
Okay.
So with an IOD, the word IOD and OPTI are somewhat interchangeable. The rigging's the same. There's a little difference in the bolts, but
They're all considered one designs, right?
that I don't know.
Yeah, the one winning with one design, Dave Perry. There's
Oh.
so many of these little type of.
But they're very
but
similar.
Yeah, they race in a certain class,
Oh.
and there have to be certain dimensions.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm new to this.
Okay, now as you can see, it's too tight. And it's just hit and miss. You know, everybody, it takes them,
So you double tie each
always double tie these.
And
And
then
water
these are-
prams, you don't.
one, like square knots here.
Yes.
Oh, so our own IODs, we double tie. The Clearwater
Pram is single
There's a
tie.
single
And a thicker
with a thicker
line.
thicker.
And thicker line.
So it must have a bigger mast. Does it have a bigger mast? The Clearwater
I
pram?
think maybe a little bit. That I really do not
I think
know.
it's a little fatter. I do a little bigger diameter. Looks that way.
Okay, after I have it correct on the mast, I can put up the boom. You have to lift it up, and sometimes you have to push it in.
Oh, so the boom goes last.
This is a gooseneck, which is the mast end of the boom, and it's called a gooseneck. Again, now I can tie it again here. So it's not. So sometimes it can get in the way of another sailor who's rigging now. It's just kind of a courtesy thing. Now, every corner tie on an IOD is a double tie. Well, every tie is a double tie, but it's a double tie 3 millimeter. So do you see a problem there?
I don't see a double tie on
Correct.
this corner tie.
So do you want to take that one apart and
Is it the correct tie and you have to reinstall
it
it?
has to be, yes.
Okay.
It has to be double.
Okay.
And I'm glad you did that.
It
Now,
was over.
yep, I learned it's supposed to be over in
it
case
is?
you're agile like the kids.
So the other side is under, so I should pull the other side over also?
No, you here, feed this one through the grommet.
See what I mean over on this side right here?
Oh, yeah, it should be over.
Should be over.
Okay. Let me see.
Thank you.
Okay.
So we got it through the grommet over the other tie. And you want this a double tie. So you can do that.
It doesn't matter which way you go. And again, watch, now you're a little too tight. So you want it so that it slides.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave them through it.
So you're gonna be way too loose.
Okay.
Bring it tight to the mast, there. Because as you sail, it will loosen. To some degree.
Has he been on a boat?
Not on the water here for pictures, but
Too loose?
not in the water, no.
This is almost
I'm gonna try the
medium.
I'm gonna try the kayak
too
first.
tight.
See how he does. Yeah.
Okay. And what I do, I go like this.
Okay. So you're not loosening the knot.
Right.
So you're not loosening. Okay.
All right. This is a bling, which is a boom preventer. B-L-I-N-G. There is, by the way, there is on the Windlass web page, there is a rigging guide for an IOD.
I saw it.
And I am now in the process of writing one for a pram.
Okay.
So, if you watch that bling, why is this not moving? Doesn't slide very well. It's supposed to be on top. Now it will. That'll slide up and down. I can see right now we could use a little silicone. Which you can spray here. Anyway. So that raises and lowers the boom. If the boom is too low, it goes at an angle. See the angle? It's no longer perpendicular to the mast. You want it to be kind of perpendicular to the mast.
Okay.
And you twist it. And it's all adjustable and the sailor decides. But sometimes these come out.
Okay. So now that's under there.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yes, because
Under.
in theory you're supposed to be able to change the
Okay.
if the wind changes.
Right.
When you're out
while
there,
you're racing. We don't do that. Okay,
That's
now
only if you're like 90 pounds and you can
Yes.
stand up in front of your boat.
now there's a lot of wrinkles in the sail.
right?
I have not done this for halyard yet.
Okay.
Pull that down, and if you look, there's a line on the sail.
Uh-huh.
That goes. Normally, you want it pretty much in between
The two. Okay.
the two lines.
Okay.
There we go.
And it's correct. And you pulled this. Okay.
Right, but as you see, we did not fix.
Yeah, theoretically, before we put the mast in, we should have adjusted.
Well, you
that
can't
corner.
because you
Yeah.
do it. We did that, and
Yeah.
then you can't see what it's going to look like till it's up.
Wow.
I would say that that's bad enough gap
Uh-huh.
that you should take it out of it.
Oh, up above.
It's actually good to do this because these mistakes. Some people, I pointed out to them that it's too gappy after they put the sail up,
And they don't care.
and they don't want to go through the effort.
Doing it about like that.
Yep.
What do you think?
Let's try it. Right?
It's a little bit down.
Now you can, it's only down because it's not in. So you don't have to worry about the down, because I thought I checked. There, better.
Does it look good? Yeah, it looks really good.
Not too tight, is it?
Yeah, it's
No.
too tight.
Yeah.
Let's see if when we put the sprint in, it might pull out.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, I'm going to hook this because I don't want it to fly into my neighbor.
Okay.
Most of ours don't have this kind of shag.
Right. It's just a clip, right?
But now again, it's all twisted.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of fine tuning
Yes.
here. And it's your safety then. It's not, you know, because you're not, well, obviously you want to do the best you can when you sail.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really a safety.
Okay. I'm gonna pull the.
Okay?
Is this the sprint halyard?
Yes. Because it's pulling downward on this and pulling the spread out.
And you're trying to get the line in between the two blue
Right.
lines.
Now you see this one sail line is a little dangly. Push it. I think we're good.
Is that good?
The top is good.
Top is nice.
Top is very
Within
nice.
the two lines.
Uh-huh. And then how did you tighten the sprit line?
I tightened the sprit halyard by inserting it into the name, please.
Cleat.
It's
Cleat.
already
Okay.
inserted though.
Yep. Well, when I pulled
She
it,
did
I
it.
pulled it
Oh,
out.
insert the bottom.
And then I
Yep.
insert the bottom into the cleat. Now, sometimes you might want to wet your line a little bit here so the line expands, and then it.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
If you.
And this is a nice thickness. Sometimes these aren't correct.
Yeah, they're too thick.
Yes.
I always kind of get a little water out of the
Yeah.
ocean there. And,
Mm-hmm.
You're catching
Very
it well.
nice.
Sharon's a first year sailor. So I'm going to do this last. I always do that last.
And what is that?
Clue in because I want to make sure my clue is right
Okay.
and my out haul.
Okay.
So the out haul here
Uh-huh.
is here, and that, as you can see, that controls
The
how far the sail comes to the end of the boom.
So it would tighten the sail.
tight, yeah.
And you can see all those massive wrinkles, which signifies that it's too tight.
Uh-huh.
And again, depends on the wind.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, the more windy it is, the tighter you want it.
Right.
So if I let it out,
It's for light wind if you let it out.
right, then you're going to get more of a billow.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Another problem.
Nice.
Okay, so I kind of just stay about, there's usually numbers on here.
Oh, yeah.
So I go to number 7, which is about 3 inches.
Okay.
So here you see another, and somebody sailed in this on Thursday.
Uh-huh.
This is over the out haul.
So it should be under.
It should be under.
So you're going to fix that?
Yes. And I see another problem. So there's a lot of problems. In the beginning, when I first started sailing, I walked around with my guide until I learned these things.
Uh-huh. So do they have time to fix all of these problems?
So this is taking a lot of time. That's why I allow myself 20 minutes.
Yeah, this is unbelievable, all the little things we're
A
finding.
lot more than with a
Yeah.
clear water
Bye,
pram.
Lucy.
It's amazing, the detail.
Yeah, a lot more rigging. It's a faster boat, but when we race, we don't compete against the clear water prams.
Uh-huh.
You know, so it doesn't matter. The IODs compete against the IODs, and
Do you bring these IODs to the race?
yes,
Do
to the
you?
rainbow. That's the only
another
one.
problem.
Oh, to the rainbow?
I'm going to try and identify another problem, but you tell me if it's a true problem.
Okay, you're way down there.
Okay.
Yep, that's one.
Got
What's the problem?
this Inside in two places. And this is gonna there's gonna be a lot of pressure on this, so you're basically
So what do we need to do?
we need to retie those so that this line is not.
Oh,
inside
not
of it.
dangling?
Yeah, inside.
And this is called the boom bridle.
Okay, I didn't know the name
So you and I will both do that.
because we got two spots where it's over the boom bridle.
Okay.
It's a very
And it's not supposed to be.
no.
No.
tie on the boom
Uh-huh.
should be almost a fingered width from
Okay.
the boom because you
Okay.
want some.
Yeah, so
So
it can...
here's-
We have to go above the cleat and go around twice. That holds the mast in case you turtle, which means you tipped it upside down.
So for someone that didn't know, why wouldn't you tie it below the cleat?
If you tie it below the cleat, then the mast can slide right out.
This
Okay,
is above
and
that
that's going to
cleat,
keep
so
it...
you have like something that is obstructing the
That's a good
mast from
catch.
pulling out.
And then I give her one more look. And I'm off and running. Oh my goodness, I can't go yet.
You can't?
No. The
Wait.
purpose of the airbags is if
They
I
need to
would
be
tip,
inflated.
it helps keep the boat afloat. It's easier to get back in. You see how hard this is? It's way too blown up because it expands with heat. So you loosen it, you want a little play in it, and then tighten.
So these ones are obviously
Too low.
underinflated, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So
So what happened here is either someone took the cap off, which I can see they did not. I tested all the airbags 2 weeks ago and they all held. Then you take if it's not a twisty knob, it's one like this, which I don't really like to do, and you blow in it manually, which I'm not going to do.
And what about the painter? Is that already installed properly?
No, this is an interesting thing that most people don't know. Painter should be up, not under,
Ah.
and of course off.
And it's attached to the mast underneath,
Yes, it is.
and then you fish it through this.
right. So you want it to be pulling
Okay.
off the front of the
Okay.
bottom of the mast, not
But the trick with these, and you can, with this line, it works pretty well, is sometimes it's nice to feed it on both sides of the mast, so if you do have to grab it, depending which way they're going to tow you, and you're back here, you can grab.
I can pull from this side. Or you can pull from that
No, let's say I'm in the boat and
Yeah.
they're going to pull me.
side. Yeah.
And they're going to come on my port side. Then I can just pull on this,
Right.
and that'll bring it around.
Or pull on that side
Yep.
and bring it around.
Whoop.
Pull on that.
So where do you keep it in the boat?
But I just throw it in the front.
And do you tie it to the baler, or it's tied? The baler just stays
No, you
loose?
don't tie it.
The
Make
baler
sure
stays
there's a
loose?
stopper knob.
Okay.
The baler, in this case, they have an extra line in here, which most boats do not.
Uh-huh.
And I can tie my baler to it.
Okay. You tying a bowline or what? Square
I'm
knot?
just tying a double knot.
Okay.
You're really not going to go anywhere.
Okay.
Now, the other thing that's wrong is, and this we could fix, these are supposed to have the valve near the sailor so that they can...
How did these things get so scrambled?
Pardon?
I don't know how these parts got so scrambled.
I don't know.
I mean, who has time to be, you know...
I mean, this is taking probably almost 40 minutes.
Yeah, and it's a 20-minute thing, making sure these boats are proper string, proper everything. I guess they should have a look at the sail before they take off, making sure all those
Definitely.
ties, and then grab them while they're heading down.
That's right, because they do sign up for a particular boat. So if I had signed up for number
9.
9 and then I saw these things wrong with it, I really can't exchange it.
Right, so you
Number
need to
one, I
go
took the
grab...
boat out already, and
Right.
somebody else signed up for a different boat.
So you need to just grab all the parts.
Go.
So I think we
Interesting.
did quite well.
I agree.
So now I think we can de-rig.
Okay.
I just got out of the boat and I didn't fall in the water. So, before, of course, when you come in, you have to pull out your dagger board first. I loosen it up. This is a dagger board bungee, which we did not talk about, which goes around the dagger board. Okay? It's held like this. And that controls the up and down of the dagger board. So when you're coming in, you want it loose because sometimes you'll hit the bottom. And you want that dagger board to have the freedom of movement up.
Do you take it completely out when you get close?
Yes. Of course, when you take it out, you're going to lose some control, so
Right.
you're ready to get out of the boat. The only way out of the boat is to let you jump over.
Yeah.
Or slide over the side. So when I come in, I always then haul it on a cradle because I don't want to wreck the bottom of it. And then by then I'm on the beach and I can start to de-rig. I de-rig the sail first because I don't want it flying into people. So I unshackle it. Supposed to keep these actually loose so you don't have all that tension on the sail as it sits.
So you took off the main sheet, now you're loosening the
Main sheet,
sprit
sprit halyard.
halyard.
Now I'm going to do the outhaul.
The
I mean
outhaul.
Bang.
The boom vane.
boom bang. I already did the outhaul.
Okay.
The back of the boom.
Okay.
I got to undo the knot.
Okay.
And it always is a good idea to double think everything. I did the outhaul.
Mm-hmm.
I did the sprit. I loosened the sprit,
Sprit
halyard
halyard.
and the vane.
And the vane.
And I untied the mast.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to take your sprit out?
I don't until I. Okay.
Nice.
Comes up, and I take the sail in right away because we're going to wash the boats off.
Okay. So you take your rudder, centerboard, and sail and everything up.
Yep.
Now, if you were to capsize or your sail got really wet, would you rinse your sail?
Yes, because otherwise you're going to have salt.
Okay. But we don't need to rinse our sail because
You didn't capsize today?
capsize.
No capsizing today?
Glad you're here, Sharon. Okay. Off I
Where
go.
do you guys rinse your sail if you do need to clean it?
We rinse boat and sail and dagger board and tiller right here.
Oh, sail too. Do you prop up the sail when you clean it?
Or someone helps if it got wet. We don't do them unless it got wet.
Okay, right. Now, do you fold that sail a certain way?
No.
You just leave it.
Sail 1 through 10.
Mm-hmm.
1 through 7 is against this wall and back. And 8, 9, 10 are here. Because we don't have enough slots. So you feed it in. Set it here. Your sprit comes out. Goes into the white PVC bracket. And that part is done.
Okay. And then the boat's coming in stern.
I can hip check it in if you want.
Okay.
Let me just get a little closer. Ready?
Good.
You got it.
Am I on?
Yep.
Yeah. Uh-oh, other boat.